Are we keeping the Mary J. Blige glasses on the whole time,
Look,
Jackie?
when I sit down with you, ain't no telling, and I'm like, I might shed a tear. I don't know what's going.
The iconic legend, Jackie Christie. Do you feel like you get the respect you deserve by being the face of Basketball Wives LA since the inception of the show?
You know what I do? Women on the show is another thing. I think that they purposely don't show the respect out of jealousy. They don't like my light, and so I dimmed it for a long time on Basketball Wives.
Were you dimming your light maybe out of respect because the face of the show wasn't you?
I think that they look at Shawnee as one of the producers in the Miami Girls, and where the conflict comes in is they're like, but LA is Jackie.
Do you think Evelyn coming back to the Basketball Wives franchise and coming to LA ruined the show?
You know,
So for the record, were you ever a prostitute?
say you got me mixed up, or it's AI that you made up or whatever. But I'll give you another little secret.
Do you feel like some of your castmates are trying to get you off of Basketball Wives?
I brought in at least 10 girls, maybe 9, to the show. Got on there, turned against me. And
Who's
I'm
the
not
last
saying,
person you got on the show that turned against you?
well,
Are they on the show now?
yeah, they're on the show now. They figure if I go after her, I'm gonna go big. If I'm gonna go big or go home. And there's nobody bigger.
When you look at the downfall of Evelyn and Jennifer's friendship, Evelyn is hell-bent on exposing who Christian allegedly is in terms of this person they're saying is a scammer. Do you think Evelyn is coming from a sincere place?
I would say,
Your daughter being on the show, do you and your daughter get into a physical altercation this season? Do you sometimes wish Miami Girls never came on LA?
really wish that the show could have stayed on the vein it was going. We were getting it where I think it would have been even bigger than it is now.
Is there ever a world where you can see yourself walking away from Basketball Wives? Who would Jackie Christie put as the Mount Rushmore of Basketball Wives ladies?
For me, it would have to be...
I said stand up and give it up for Carlos.
Let's have a real conversation.
we both from the hood.
What is this, child?
You guys are not going to be disappointed. It is definitely a treat.
But you know, this is the place.
This is reality with the king. You can say what you want, baby.
Well, no, listen. You and I are friends in real life. I am a Jackie Christie stan. I want to do my proper due diligence and give you the best introduction from my heart. Raindrops, she is here in person. The queen. I mean, you are like...
Thank you.
You're a reality TV legend. You're a force multiplier.
Thank you.
You are the anchor. You are the girl that is able to make us laugh. Sometimes cringe a little bit, but more so laugh.
But I hope it's a good cringe.
It's a good cringe. Ladies, gentlemen, gays, and theys, give it up for the one, the only basketball wife on the show. No shade.
Thank you.
The iconic legend, Jackie Christie.
Thank you, Carlos.
We went from Zoom to
I know.
in person.
I'm finally sitting across from you, and I kept saying, I'm going to go to Atlanta so I can sit down with Carlos. Because I love all of the times when you sit down with people, but I really love your closet ones. When you give
Yeah.
words of motivation
Thank
and
you.
just talking about things or interviewing people. So
Yeah.
I love that.
You know, I know we're friends in real life, but you know I'm also a big fan of yours.
Thank you.
I think you are super underrated.
Thank you.
I think when people talk about the legends in reality television, I think your name should be included all the time.
Thank you.
Do you feel like you get the respect you deserve by being the face of Basketball Wives LA since the inception of the show?
You know what? I do. And I remember you said that to me before, and I really appreciate that first and foremost. But I do. I think that And I don't like to say pay dictates those kind of things. One thing about this show is they pay, but they also play. So they'll pay you, but they're going to play you. And that's what I've learned. And it's not even, I do it because I choose to do it. It's not because of the money or anything like that. And it's been my baby since season 1. And I said, I'm going to get us to a decade, by just letting people come into my life. They're interested. They was talking about me anyway, wanting to know about my life. So I let them put it on TV. There's been a lot of things that's been misrepresented, false narratives put out there and that kind of thing. And I feel like I get the respect because one thing about VH1 and BET, whenever there's extracurricular stuff, I'm always the one that people request and they want me to do it, that kind of thing. I do all the media, all of that. The women on the show is another thing. I think that they purposely don't show the respect out of jealousy and envy. And not all the women, and not this season. I won't give away this season what goes on, but prior seasons, it's been a lot of that competition and evilness. And I'm about womanhood, sisterhood. How do I help uplift you? I don't care if I'm not winning. I'm winning by helping you win, because that's the way that I've always been my whole life, Carlos. So.
No, I know. Yeah. And as a deluxe bitch like Jennifer.
Remember that? Oh.
No, listen, I will say this. Funny. I will say this. I love Basketball Wives when I can laugh.
Yeah.
And you and Jennifer's beef was one of my favorites. The model walk off, the deluxe room. Like, yes. It to me is the comedy in which you provide. And before we get into Basketball Wives, I do feel like a lot of people don't know you.
Thank you.
So I want to go backwards just a little bit in terms of who was Jackie Christie as a little black girl? Like, are you from California, born and raised, Seattle? So tell me, like, did you know that you would be a star?
You know what? I was born in Seattle, Washington. I have 5 sisters and 3 brothers and 4 stepsisters. So I have a huge family. And I was putting on fashion shows at like 5, 6, 7 years old for the family. And we would put turtlenecks. I would put them on my sisters' heads to make it be long hair. Because that's what it was. It was like, and we would have all different colors. My mother would buy them from JCPenney's. I'd put them on my sisters' heads and we would model up and down, because that's what you grew up seeing, was these blonde, blue-eyed, long-haired models. So that's what we would imitate. But I would make clothing and outfits out of sheets, pillowcases, whatever. So I always knew I would be in the entertainment world, because that was my dream. That's what I lived and breathed. I used to get in trouble from sneaking in my mom's closet, trying on her shoes, messing with her handbags. She was like, oh my God, what am I gonna do with you? So by 11, I was sneaking into modeling auditions at the local modeling agencies. At 11, like having my sisters or my aunts take me down there and then going in and trying to audition. So by 14, I was signed to Seattle Models Guild. Mm-hmm.
So you've been modeling for how long?
Oh my God, since 14, so forever. Like, it's been decades. And I still, to this day, I'm friends with all the people. They've closed that modeling agency, but I've modeled in New York and Toronto and just all around. I love it. I love fashion. I started designing clothes. As far as being on TV, when I was first asked to be on TV, they came to us about a show, and me and Doug was playing. So a friend of mine said, we want to do a show with you. And I said, we thought about doing it. And they were a production company, so we joined forces and did Christie's Committed. And that's how it all started. And then we stopped doing that show, and then VH1 called.
And what is so interesting is you were known as the basketball wife when Doug Christie was playing in the NBA, as the wife who would be on the court, sometimes yelling at the refs. You know?
I'm not going to even sit here and lie. I would be yelling like, that's a foul, and you're not going to cheat. So yeah, I was.
Yeah, so you were known for that. So before Basketball Wives, you were known as like, who's that player's wife that is yelling at the refs, that is sort of like yelling back at the coaches and really being a force. What was going on at that time to where you felt the need to be seen as this woman that was like, I'm just going to be up here and just like representing my man?
You know what? I think once when I married Doug and we went to Toronto, and it's funny because I was yelling and screaming and I was very passionate about, and I had started learning about basketball, and it's like, that's a foul. But to this day, I am still friends, Carlos, like we are. I can go up and hug any of them refs. They be, Jackie, all these years. It's been since 94. That I started meeting him. We got married in 96, that long. And I'm cool with all of them because it's a level of respect you have to show these refs. And the NBA, I do want to mention, has been nothing but absolutely amazing to my family, to Doug and I. We went through our ups and downs as far as the fans, not the fans, but some of the media making up stories and stuff. But even the ones that made up all those, lies and said, oh, she's this and she's crazy and she's that, have all apologized. And I said, I get it. It was something you never seen. You never seen a athlete, especially an African-American athlete, and their spouse traveling together, him just not getting involved in anything that you guys call extracurricular. Not that we make judgment on anybody, but it was different for them. They were like, he's putting his love front row and center for his wife, but basketball is his job and he's going to give it 1,000%. And his wife is actually backing him on that. So it was very different. It was very, everyone says we were the pioneers. We never try to take credit for it. We just feel like the hits we took, I hope it was worth it, and I think it is for all these new people that's coming behind us. I love the new generation. I love how they're able to go and they can live out loud and they can share their love, and it's actually, applauded. It's actually, everyone's excited for them, and we're excited for them. And that's all we were saying was you can still be an athlete, you're still hot, but you are a family man first. Family comes first, and basketball is my heart, and I'm going to play it. I'm going to put everything out on that floor. And that's what Doug has always been about. So I think that's why we are, loved in the NBA, and we love the NBA.
How did you meet Doug?
Through a mutual friend in Seattle at a restaurant, a sports bar. And I was like, basketball? No, I'm not interested. I heard athletes fool around, this and that. He's like, no, he's different. He goes to Pepperdine. He's in college. You'll like him. He's kind of quirky like you and preppy. And I'm like, I don't know. Because I was that way, but I was also very popular in Seattle. My daughter Kari was telling the truth when she said it in her book. Everybody wanted to date me, all the guys, all the girls
You're fine,
wanted.
Jackie.
Thank you,
You look
Carlos.
good.
I'm fine. Oh, thank you.
You
Let the
always
girls
been
on the show
beautiful.
tell it. I'm ugly.
They call you ugly?
They hate so bad.
You are fine.
Thank you. I think so. No. No, but yeah, it's crazy. The girls wanted to fight, so I grew up fighting, but hugging them after, like, I don't want to beat your ass. I love you. Come over to my house. My mama's cooking tonight. And you can have all my clothes. I just bought a whole bunch of stuff at Piccadilly's and JCPenney's and Macy's. You can have it all. Pick what you want. After I done beat the hell out of them, drug them all down the street, tore their clothes off, because I told them, just because I'm nice, don't take advantage of me. And that's what I fought with my whole life, Carlos. People take my kindness for weakness. And then they keep pushing buttons until I get upset. And then it's, oh, she's crazy. No, we can agree to disagree. Mm-hmm. We can have whatever conversation you want. I can talk to you about whatever you want. I'm not a judger of anybody. I love everybody. But, I tend to run into people that they don't like my light. And so I dimmed it for a long time on Basketball Wives.
You did?
Oh, you guys have nobody has no idea who really I am. And I've now decided that it's time for me to spread my wings and really show the world, because not only do my fans deserve it, I deserve it. And I'm okay saying that.
Let's have a real conversation.
Okay.
And you listen, I'm not here to prompt you to say anything, but that statement, I felt something, and I want to be able to ask it. Because Basketball Wives is seen, obviously, as Shawnee O'Neal's show. She's the face of it, right? And you are somebody that have your own light, and you are still married to your wonderful husband. Were you dimming your light maybe out of respect because the face of the show wasn't you?
No, I think that people look at Basketball Wives LA and they've always said that's Jackie's show. And even though Shawnee is one of the executive producers, I've always been respectful of that. And, me and Shawnee is friends, and I've always told her privately, and she can attest to that this is, you're one of the executive producers. I'm on the show, I'm the face or whatever. I'm the girl that, kind of is the vein through the show, the force multiplier. Mm-hmm. That's okay. I'm here to help. This is your platform. I know what I'm capable of doing. I know I'm a producer. I know what I can put out. I've done my show. Doug and I's show was successful. I'm not here to compete. I'm here to help this show grow. If people want to know the world of basketball, who better to tell that story, since I'm already in it, than myself? And I can bring more ladies if they want to share their stories, but I'm not interested in that other stuff. I think we can really show our lives, and the fans want to see, what's it like? Is it exciting? Yes, it is. Going on a road trip still has not been shown. I've offered it, But sometimes it just, I think some of the production teams don't understand the world of basketball, so they figure, well, we've kind of gotten to the point where we just show other stuff. It's more about the personalities. It's not really about the world of basketball, and that's what I've been wanting to change for a very long time. But as far as Shawnee, I think that they look at Shawnee as one of the producers in the Miami Girls, and where the conflict comes in is they're like, but LA is Jackie. But I actually feel like it's me in Malaysia because, I did, kind of, I'm the main girl, but me and Malaysia built this thing from the beginning, and we went through our little stuff, but at the end of the day, she's been my sister. We were together for a decade. I hated when she left. Did I say at one point I don't think she should come back? It was when she had a conversation with me privately, Carlos, and said, please, Jackie, do not beg me to come back. It is because I was like, please, Malaysia, don't leave. We did this together. I know those girls are pissing you off, but we can have a conversation. I'll set up a Ponderosa. We can get down to business and really talk about what is the issue, and let's get past it. And she said, my mental health is more important to me. I want to move on. So I had to respect that. So, I just feel like there's some unfinished business there. And, I'm going to be doing some things coming up really soon. And me and Malaysia hopefully will come back together. We'll get the band back together because I feel like she understands me and I understand her. And we have a sisterhood. And her, even though she's divorced, her ex-husband is still a coach in the league. And her story hasn't been told fully either. So there's some things that needs to happen. I don't like to mix the Miami girls with the LA girls. And I know people do that a lot. That's where the problem is. That's where people are the fans are speaking out. And they're going, we want what we want. LA is what we grew up with and we learned. We love them for them. Miami was Miami when they were there. And I feel like it's enough for everybody to feel good about. I'm not taking nothing away from anybody, but I have to say that I know what I've brought into the show and I don't have any need or desire to say, well, I did this and you did. I'm not into that. I let the world speak. I let my work speak. If you go back and watch all the episodes, you'll see that any conflict I was in, I was always trying to resolve it. I was always looking for, how do we fix it? Whether it's your fault or my fault. If it's my fault, let me take accountability. I'm the first one in the room to say, look, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. Oops, I fucked up. But if you look, I never tore you down. I never messed with your family. I was always responding to an action. And if that action was so bad, then you got a major reaction out of me. And that was, okay, we gonna have a problem if you continue to do this. Who wants to be bullied? So, but that's not who I am. And that's why people, I think, finally realized she's not all these things they've put out about her. We love her, and that's where you find us today. I think with those ladies, I think a lot, and I'm not saying her particularly, but a lot of that other type of behavior, it's lost its place. No one wants to see that, and that's where the issue is coming in. So I feel that a lot of my shine is like this season, for example. Look at the photographs. I don't look like those pictures. Who is that person? But it's like we're gonna do messy little stuff to either antagonize her or to dim her light because we don't want other people to find her as an amazing, strong mother, wife, friend, daughter. So I do it on my Instagram, and I get more engagement there than the show gets. There's an issue. There's a disconnect. I have to be honest, Carlos. I'm not about faking. I'm not about pretending. I'm not knocking nobody, but I have said it before. I've said it on The Breakfast Club. I've said it different places that you cannot keep pretending. The fans are not stupid. They know what they know, and they see it on their own. I haven't said nothing to anybody.
What are the fans seeing?
They're seeing that they love me. They're saying Jackie pretty much is why we watch the show. They're saying we want to see more about her and her life. And I think if my fans could see my world the way I really am, they love me now. They would really love me because they would see what I do for other people and how I really live.
Do you think Evelyn coming back to the Basketball Wives franchise and coming to LA ruined the show?
That's a hard question. The only reason is because I know Evelyn and I can picture her sitting on her couch right now, that vein popping up in her forehead, and this fucking and start speaking this other fucking language, calling me cockroaches and gorillas and all kinds of stuff. I know she would, but I tell people, and I won't give away the show, but whenever me and Evelyn get into an argument, it's always something she starts, and I think she enjoys it. She looks and she goes, I know I'm going to get a rise out of her. Because I could be saying, I'm not going to argue with you, I'm going to ignore you, and she'll say some stuff, and then it's, bitch, and we get into it. But I don't hold a grudge against her, but I do feel like a lot of people say, get off the show, or she has to get off the show because her presence is not wanted, and it's dark. But I think she's a great reality entertainer, and I think if some of the stuff that she does, she wouldn't do, she would be fine. But I think some of it is a little bit dark. You know, making up the story, I'm a prostitute, that kind of stuff. She keeps saying that she got paperwork and this and that. And when I tried to say, it's not me, I would know if I was a prostitute, Carlos, and I would say, guess what? I'm a prostitute. Okay, who gonna check me, boo? I mean, in the young in Cherie's, you know,
Sheree, yeah.
Who gonna check me? Who's gonna stop me? My husband loves me, so he wouldn't even.
Because I want to address that. So for the record, were you ever a prostitute?
Jackie Christie was never a prostitute, never ever took money for anything. That is so sick. I can count the relationships I've had on a hand, so let alone, no. I was like, do you understand I was married during the years she claims that I was a prostitute? And I say, you got me mixed up, or it's AI that you made up or whatever. But I'll give you another little secret. The security guard or the guy that did the private investigator guy wasn't even the first private investigator. It was brought to my attention. The first one said, absolutely not. I'm not getting involved in this. She'll sue us, black and blue. This is so bogus. So he left. So another one was hired. This one, of course, went along with it. But if you notice, when you watch it, he's like, allegedly, because he wasn't going to get in that. I didn't sue. I didn't get legal because, again, I don't want to ruffle any feathers because I know my plans and what I've done, and I've given a lot to entertainment and television. And the bigger picture is, I go legal now. I stop her now, and you know networks doesn't like that. When you do that, you're cutting ties. And I feel like this is her doing this. They're showing it, but it's not them that did this. This is a demented person that is hell-bent on obviously trying to put a story out. I think what it is let's make people think bad about her so they'll think better about me. And you don't have to do that. You can just, I'm going to get on somebody's nerves, like you said. You guys laugh for certain things that I do and then you cringe. Mm-hmm. I'm going to get on their nerves, but y'all don't have to make up lies. You don't have to say I'm a drunk. Never been drunk a day in my life, Carlos, ever. Don't do drugs. I'm willing to take a follicle hair test, anything. I'm scared of that stuff. I can't even handle weed, let alone a drug. And they want to say, oh, well, you've been drinking. No, I have a sip here and there like you guys do. Most of the time I'm having water. Ooh, you got to watch this season of the show. Just remember what I'm talking about with drinking.
I love basketball.
This drinking,
you know that.
Oh, yeah. Watch this season of the show. Drinking gonna come in there. But I ain't gonna say much more than that. But, and it's in the trailer. Oh, I got to have a drink. I'm like, see, this whole narrative. Listen, I am a businesswoman. I am a basketball alumni, meaning my son plays basketball, my family, my husband is a coach, you know, all of that. I love the game, but I also love my life. I'm happy. I'm gorgeous. I'm sexy. Leave me alone. Stop making up these lies about me. Because now you're getting ready to see the light that I dimmed. You're going to see it shine. And I don't know that they can handle it. I don't know.
Well, it seems like a lot of people can't handle it because your presence on the show is so defining. You know, listen, last season when the prostitution allegations came out, a lot of people, and listen, I'm going to say 100% of the audience was on your side.
Yes.
And they were like, even if she was,
Carlos.
which is the power of Jackie Christie, they had your back. And it wasn't, I don't think other people expected that reaction.
Yeah.
And if anything, it made people support you more. Mm-hmm. It really showcased to me that you are Teflon. The audience loves you. And I'm going to tell you why. As a fan of the show, I love all the girls on the show. And I think everybody brings something different. You know, I'm very fair when it comes to that. Mm-hmm. I think the difference with you is the fact that you are always yourself, whether it's good, bad, indifferent.
That's right.
Like, you're always like, this is who I am.
Yes.
This is my life. You've been in physical altercations on the show, right?
Yeah.
Do you feel like some of your castmates are trying to get you off of Basketball Wives?
I feel like my castmates, some of my colleagues on the show, want misery for me for whatever reason. You can't smile in someone's face and give them all these compliments and tell them how amazing they are behind the cameras or when the cameras aren't rolling. And the minute they click it up and say, you're on air, you turn into these vigilantes, these bad, mean. I think a lot of them want to be the villain on the show, and they think if they're mean and nasty and they say mean things about me, it will make them be the Jackie Christie instead of just being yourself. And I tell them all the time, everybody, like you just said, Carlos, brings something different. There's enough for everybody to be able to entertain. You're here for a reason. Obviously, production and the network, the people that made the decision, casting, brought you here for a reason. I've brought in at least 10 girls to the no, I might have, maybe 9 to the show. People don't even know because I'm not here saying, look, it's me, I did it, I brought you. Got on there, turned against me. They always do, for no reason. And
Who's
I'm not
the last person you got on the show that turned against you?
Well, I would have to say, I can't say it right now.
Are they on the show now?
Yeah, they're on the show now, and we actually get in an altercation on the show. I think it's on the trailer, so I can say that much. And I mean, I asked for her to come back. She was on the show before, and I talked to her on the phone, and I said, would you want to come back? Because I
Brandy
cried.
Maxwell.
No, Brandy's one of them, but no, Brandy's not. It's a young
Brittany
lady.
Rayner.
And I actually had nothing but compassion and love for Britt, and I was like, when she left last season and we were in Texas, when we heard about it, those were real tears. I actually got cussed out by the girls. They were like, why are you feeling all bad? She need to leave. And so I just feel like I've put my heart out there over and over for these ladies. I said, why don't you bring her back? She didn't get a chance to really tell her story. I think she's amazing. She's in the basketball world. She has a child with a player. On top of that, I would love to get to know her because when me and her filmed together at a crystal shop, because nobody ever seen the fight we had when she initially came on. It got physical with her and my girlfriend, Mecca. Not me, but she threw 4 drinks in her face in less than 5 seconds. Within 5 minutes of us meeting her. Like, Brittany went crazy. And people saw how she acted when she first came on, and I basically said, why are you cussing at me? Talking this way, I think you have a preconceived idea about me, Brittany. I actually was waiting to meet you because I wanted to get to meet you. I told my daughter, Brittany Renner's coming, and, I wanted you to meet her. Oh, well, I heard you did this and this and this. And I said, well, that's not true. And then Mecca asked, are you okay, sis? And I said, I'm good. And that's when they got into the altercation. Well, when Brittany and I filmed a week or 2 later, she said, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean that. You are actually an amazing person, and I would love for you to mentor me, blah, blah. And I felt like this is great. This is what I'm here for. I accept your apology. Yes, I will love on you. I don't care if it's on camera, not on camera. So our friendship continued throughout. When she left, I didn't know she was leaving. We did the reunion together, and we still kept in touch. So when I knew we were coming back, I called her and said, we're coming back. Would you like to come back? I'd like to talk to production for you. Yeah, I'll come back. I understand it now. I didn't really get it the first time. And this is all exclusives. Nobody knows this. She came back, and you have to watch the season to see how it goes. But I'm not even gonna, Brittany is a special person.
Do you and Brittany ever physically come in contact with each other in an aggressive way this season?
It's in the trailer, and when I jump over the couch, we don't actually, I'll just say this. People really need to tune in because it's going to be and Brittany, she's going through her whole religious transformation. She wants to become a devout Muslim. I hear on the blogs and stuff, she just got married to Kevin Gates, and he, I just heard yesterday, my phone's ringing off. They're like, Jackie, your girl Brittany. And the whole time, the trailer's not out. It comes out today, and I'm thinking, well, I don't know if she's still my girl because, watch the season. But,
Right.
I got nothing but love for her. I got nothing but love for every woman that I've ever had an altercation with because it's never coming from me. And it makes me choke up because it's like, I love you guys. Why would you want to fight me? I'm the biggest teddy bear ever. But they do. They figure if I go after her, I'm going to go big. If I'm going to go big or go home. And there's nobody bigger. You can say whatever you want, Evelyn. I don't take nothing away from her, but they know that that's a ship that was on another show. I don't think they view her the same. So they don't attack her. Everybody is like, we got to get her. That's the motherfucking one. We get her, we good. I got another season. I got a raise. Everybody gonna talk about me in the blogs. She might flip 5 times backwards and end up in the splits and start shooting. You never know what's gonna happen. And that's not even it. I might just hug you.
Or bear hug you and
There you go. Take you out to dinner.
But yeah. Were you upset? A lot of people have attacked you. A lot of people have attacked your character.
Yeah.
And listen, to your credit, and I want to give you props. To your credit, you've been very quiet about people coming against you.
My whole life, Carlos, I've been attacked. I've been called names. I've been lied on. If I don't do something somebody wants me to do, then they attack and try to tear up my character. I don't worry about that because I feel like I have built a reputation and people should know me. That's not who I am. And all you got to do, I'm an open book. You got my number, call me. I'm going to tell you the truth. If I did it, I'm going to tell you. If I didn't do it. And so some things you just have to ignore and you have to just move on and choose to just not even give any light to nonsense. I just, and does it hurt? It does. It makes you stay up at night sometimes because you're like, why? And then you just have to ask God, is it something about me that I'm doing? But I feel like everything is a lesson for a later blessing. And I hope that I blessed these people's lives enough that they at least made some kind of income off of it or whatever they were trying to get. Any of these people. All these lies with Evelyn, hopefully she gets some type of blessing someday for this. But I think she's going to look back and she's going to realize Jackie was a cool person. She tells me that when the cameras ain't rolling. She's actually really funny. Like, I enjoy talking to her every season. But once them cameras start rolling, she's good up until quarter way through. And then you get that other person, because I think certain things light bulbs start coming on in people's heads, and if there's something missing or they're not feeling like they're bringing enough, then let's attack, someone that everyone loves and that we know will bring a big reaction. Let's go after Jackie.
I had Laura Govan on my podcast.
Okay.
And you two are cool.
Yeah, Laura's great.
Yeah. So last season, at the table, the infamous scene where it was alleged, not you brushing your hair, Jackie.
Oh,
Christie.
yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It got tight.
Love it.
Okay, there we go. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There we go.
That's why I love you.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay.
That's why I love you. No, so at the dinner table, and Laura and I talked about this on my podcast, that, as you know, went viral. But, Evelyn was there alleging that Laura Govan may have allegedly slept with Shaq. You were there at that dinner table scene, and you are friends with Laura Govan. And another case like you, 100% of the audience was on Laura's side when she said, and I'm paraphrasing, of course, but I'm not talking about that with you. Mm-hmm. Me and Shawnee would have that conversation, and that's just that. When you were there, were you surprised by that revelation, or was it something you were more surprised that it was even being discussed?
No, I would say this. I have always respected relationships. I think Shaq is amazing. He's always been respectful. Shawnee is, a friend. Laura is a friend. I don't know what happens between them. That dynamic is their dynamic, but I think it might be a little something. I don't know. It seemed like it then. When it was all brought up, I was as blown away as everybody else. I'm sitting there like, huh, what? Because I had heard the rumors. I've been on the seasons where, even Tammy was on the seasons at a couple of times when it was all brought up. But I wasn't around during that time. I don't know if that was the Miami side or not. But I know it's a touchy subject because Shawnee and Evelyn are friends still. And I do know that it's like talked about quietly in the in the sphere of the show and the different people all the time, but I don't engage in it because, for one, I would never step as other people do. They try to jump in my situations with whoever it is, family members, whoever it is. I don't do that because I'm like, I don't know what's going on. And I was shocked, though, to hear all of this going on. Laura is a very outspoken person, and I didn't watch, but I'm going to definitely go back and watch the rest of it because I didn't see that part. Did she talk to you about it? Did she share how she felt? Oh, I got to go back and watch it. I didn't see that part.
She wants to have a conversation with Shawnee.
With Shawnee? Okay.
And I think a lot of people expected that to happen this season. But as we see, Laura Govan is not on Basketball Wives this season.
Right.
Do you know why?
You know what? I don't. I listen, I would shoot with Laura till the cows come home. And you know, me and Laura went at each other. She had some issues. You know, I don't know why people attack my family. I know that, you know, every family is supposed to be left off the show, but Laura and I got into it, but we moved on from it. She apologized. I love her. And then when she came back, she said, I just want to say you're a great mother and this and that. And it warmed my heart. But I've always messed with Laura. So I was surprised to see she wasn't back. I thought she would be coming back as well. One thing I do know that she made clear is she's like, I'll come back with you and with others, meaning a different cast. Because the cast that she came to the vacation and she was like, this ain't it. So maybe that's part of it. I think it probably goes a little deeper, but she didn't share that part. So I think maybe setting up a Ponderosa and maybe you and I sit her and Shawnee down and, you know, you oversee the whole thing and then I can kind of be the mediator because I do think one day they should have a conversation. That'll probably never happen. Shawnee's probably going to be like, that'll never happen, Jackie.
I know.
But no, seriously, I think Laura is fabulous and we're going to do something together. Me and her have to. Our chemistry's crazy. And, you know, she is a reality gold to me too. I don't know why she hasn't been put back on another show. Carlos, excuse me, can you throw something together? I mean,
I always
you
do.
got me, Laura, Malaysia.
Malaysia's
I
my
know
baby.
Malaysia was on the
Bold and
Bold and
Bougie.
Bougie. You should have had me on there. I was thinking, but see,
I can't take
you're
you away.
playing.
You're the face and you're still on the contract on Basketball Wives. You're the face of the show.
True, but I can help you produce. And I could bring out some stuff they hide from you, Carlos, because I was like, now, Malaysia.
Oh,
You know that's my boo. We
I
talk
know.
regularly. No, we're always talking and always having fun. So yeah, it's gonna be some amazing things.
keep
in
your
the
phone on
future.
Jackie Christie.
I'm gonna
Okay.
keep it on.
So one of the things that we're seeing this season is Jennifer Williams'
Mhm.
marriage to Christian Gold.
Yes.
I was at the wedding.
Yes.
You weren't there.
They didn't invite me.
I
Carlos.
thought you were invited.
Oh no, I was not invited. And I was like, I ain't salty about it, but go on to Paris. I've been to Paris a bunch of times. I ain't missing shit.
Would
And
you
you
have
can't
gone?
stay where I stay. No, I'm playing Jennifer. I had to throw that in there, but they didn't invite me. So on the trailer though that you see today, they show another wedding,
Yep.
the official wedding. I was there,
Okay.
front row and center.
What are your thoughts on Jennifer's husband, Christian?
You know what? I like Christian a lot. I think he is, for Jennifer, they have fun together. I've been around them two together. I don't know him personally. I don't know about his life personally, but I want everybody to watch the show. I think this season, and I saw on the trailer when I was going to go see them, so I know it's there. Everybody got to watch. It's going to be interesting. Oh, yeah. Christian is, yeah.
Christian gets his point across to some of the girls?
I won't necessarily say that, but I will say that it's a lot happening on this season of the show. There's a lot of twists and turns. There's ups and downs. There's things coming that people did not see coming. That's going to blow people's mind. I think that a lot will be explained. There'll be a lot of questions probably still about some things, but for the most part, I'm looking forward to this season. And I didn't think I didn't know how it would feel. Because going through it, you're like, oh my God, all these emotions and this and that, and this is coming at me and that. But then when you see like the trailer, you're like, I'm interested to see.
It was a great trailer.
Yes, I will have to admit.
Yeah.
I thought so too. I didn't, certain parts, of course, was kind of like, but at the end of the day, I think it'll tell, I hope, a full story. And all you can do is hope because you have no, control over editing, but I'm a 100% real person, and what you see is what you get. I'm not faking for nobody. I don't care who it is. If you don't want honesty, then I ain't the person that you want on the show. I'll go do my own show. Otherwise, let me do me, because I'm not gonna sit here and pretend for nobody. I'm just not. So I think, yeah, it's gonna be good.
When you look at the downfall of Evelyn and Jennifer's friendship, and what we saw last season, plus the reunion, in addition to the trailer, is the fact that Evelyn is hell-bent on exposing who Christian allegedly is in terms of this person they're saying is a scammer and an abuser. These are Evelyn words, not mine. So when it comes to those alleged accusations, do you think Evelyn is coming from a sincere place, or do you think Evelyn is jealous that her best friend found a husband?
I would say, without giving away the show, I think a lot of that is explained this season. But I will say that after the hot mic at the reunion, when they had Evelyn saying the things about Jennifer, I know that was real touchy. Then coming back together in the season, I know they've, went through a whole bunch of different things, and I feel like it's gonna come to a head this season, definitely. And I wouldn't really know what the motivation is. I think there was a lot of love between those two. I don't know what it is now, because when someone attacks your significant other, it's easy to then be like, well, forget everything. But I think that they genuinely were friends at one point, and I think it really started souring even before all of this. And when they were arguing some seasons back, this has been going on now on and off, and then they released the butterflies and all of that. I don't think they ever really came back close because of the stuff that Jen was supposedly saying about Shanice that Evelyn couldn't get over. And so they tried, and it was like, I'm a person that I want to deal with it. I don't want to brush nothing under the rug. And I think for the sake of their friendship, they was kind of like, okay, let's just ignore that and let's just start our friendship back up. And they did, but then it wasn't never really hashed out. And that's why you got to sit down, you got to have a ponderosa, you got to put everything on the table. And really, when you walk away from it, it should be, we really are done here. Like, is everything out? Is there any inhibitions, any extra things inside of you? What is it? And I don't think they had that chance to do that. So watch this season. There's a lot that's going to come out. But like I said, I'm not here to judge Christian. I've heard some things that, he may have said. I think people should watch towards the end of the season. And it was disappointing because I've never had anything bad really to say. At one point I was kind of like, and I'll be honest, this is, and it played out on the show. I had said, I'll invest with you. Because, when you first meet somebody, you don't know. But that was when we first met him. He said he was an investor. I said, well, I would love to see what you can do. I'm open to helping anybody.
Did you send Christian money to invest in?
No,
Okay.
Nothing like that. But I was, at one point, I told them, I would, and then the girls kind of were like, why would you invest with him? He's a criminal and this and that. And my whole thing was, we can't go off of what people say. Anybody can make up anything. I.e., you made up I'm a prostitute. You have to hear the person out. So one thing about me is I go to the source. Everybody got to watch the season. That's all I can say.
Did y'all have a falling out towards the end?
No, but I mean, I think that when you're a good person and you're helping folks and you're able to get along with people, people can start putting false things in others' minds to turn as many people against you as they can, type of thing. And, we'll just have to see.
Your daughter is a cast member this season. Going into this current season, is that something that you were approached in terms of being okay with it? Or did you find out she was a cast member by filming or her telling you?
No, Annie has actually been a cast member for years, since 2018 or before. She used to make appearances on it.
Yeah.
She's my daughter. So she had a contract from 2018. I don't know what the thing was. She would make appearances, but she hadn't officially signed on until this season. And I had spoken to the network and work first. We had talked about if she would have interest in it. Then I spoke to my daughter to see if she would have interest in it. And, she's always been kind of hesitant, like, I don't know, Mom, that's really not my thing. That's more your thing. I'm really into that. So I was like, would you want to come on like as a full cast member? Because I know, she has kids, and I'm like, and you live in Arizona, so you would need to, are you gonna be out in LA? And she was like, well, let me think about it. And then she kind of was okay with coming on, so I'm happy she did.
We saw in the trailer that you and her had a battle. You guys had a disagreement that led to your daughter pushing you, and then we saw you react to it where we don't know if there was hand contact, physical contact. Do you and your daughter get into a physical altercation this season?
Everybody have to tune in and watch the show. Yeah.
Your daughter being on the show and us seeing your daughter push you, was it difficult filming a show?
Ouch.
Was it difficult filming this show with the high intensity conversation you have on a regular with the other girls, the fact that it's your daughter?
You know what? Filming the show with Shani was interesting because she's like me. She's who she is. Like, she ain't for example, we live in the same building. So I'm like, well, Banna, can I get her nickname's Banna? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, can I have a key? I'm teasing her, but I'm also serious. She's like, Mom, what? A key? No, I'm grown. You ain't getting no key to my apartment. I'm like, it would not be to hang out, but just so if I'm in town and I need to go in your apartment or something. She was like, no, there is boundaries. So what you see is really Shani. So that kind of stuff people get to see. But she's been on the show on and off for years. In a capacity of just popping on with me. We went house hunting. She was pregnant. We went through that whole thing with the baby and all of that. And then she had the baby. They came to Sacramento when the baby was born, my granddaughter was born, and all of that. So for me, I think it's intense because when you have a family member on and the toxicity of some of the women, it's always the chance that someone will try and poison the situation or whatever. And you're always, on top of that, I just wanted her to have fun. So everybody got to tune in. There'll be a lot of great things this season, I hope, but you never know with editing, that everybody can follow and see the full story with everything. So, yeah.
What is your relationship like today with your daughter?
Everybody got to tune in and watch the show. You're so good. But no, my situation, everybody has watched us for over a decade.
We saw the
You remember the
ups and
stuff
downs.
with Kari, you remember
Yes.
the stuff with Chani before, and Chani with Laura Govan and all of that. And my love for my family comes first, Carlos. My babies, them is my babies. Those are my daughters. My son is my son. My dog is I have a dog named Ghost. My husband is my husband. And I love so hard, so passionate. And yeah.
Have you ever felt that this show may cloud the work that you guys are doing as a couple?
I don't feel like that because one thing about Doug and I is when we decided to do the show, we know who we are. And when it got to a point where it was really, really toxic, you just have to kind of remove yourself. You can't be involved with the silliness. One thing about Doug and I being on the show together and him, being on with me, that's how we have fun. If we go work out, whatever it is, everybody can go back and look at the seasons. We had fun together. We're going to dinner. If I want advice with my husband, we went to the cigar bar and he gave me an honest advice about colorism and all of that kind of stuff. And once it started getting to where it seemed like certain people was just like hell bent on messing up people's lives in a very false and mean kind of way, and with people's careers, and they start doing other things and they get too busy, then you just have to. So yeah, I think that I'm gonna always protect my family. A check, I don't care how much it is, it's not worth putting anybody you love and care about in front of pretty much a shooting type situation where people are just gonna be mean and cruel. Us coming on the show has been to show you who the Christies are. We're an amazing family. We love each other. We're silly. We're funny. You get to have the good, the bad, whatever it is, if there is anything going on. And so I'm just not with the fakery. I'm not with false narratives. And if you start trying to put one out, like the fake stuff that people are putting out right now, we just rise above it and ignore it. But we're used to it. It's been going on. We've been married now 29 years, going on 30. We're getting ready to get married again in July. That'll be our 30th. And we don't have time for that nonsense. I wish for all the people that figure let me make other people miserable that they could find love and happiness. We all only have one life. And every day it's ticking. So I hope they spend their time trying to find better ways. The world is already in a terrible place. You don't want to do other things to hurt other people because your karma, you have to live with that. So that's how I feel. And folks are like, you got to say something. You got to speak out. And it's like certain things you get to a point where you're like, I mean, if you really know us or you pay attention, you know what's nonsense. Michelle and Barack Obama, you know, LeBron and Savannah, Steph and Aisha, we all go through it. Gabrielle and Dwayne. You just have to look past certain things. You're going to be attacked if you're in the public eye, and you just have to keep doing you and get on down the road. Y'all want to watch me? You get to watch Jackie Christie. I'm not going to give you nothing fake, and the show knows that.
No, because we want to see, listen, we call you Jackie Courtside Christie because Jackie, you be on courtside with your phone.
I do.
And you be like...
And that's really my life, Carlos. I swear. We got to go to a game one day.
Well, you know, I said courtside too, Jackie.
I know you do. Oh, listen, if I come to Atlanta, take me with you. I swear it is the best. That is my life. I'm like, your life too. Ain't it fun? And it's so exciting. I just want to have my drinks and be left alone. My music, the music in the arena, the energy.
No, Jackie, we gonna be real.
Oh, yes.
Listen, between us girls, when you're sitting courtside at the game, be real with me. Do you sometimes be like, you bitches could never?
I should. I actually should. But see, these ones, they get a little bit of money. They might go buy them some tickets and go. But no, I don't. I really just,
But you gotta buy the tickets, Jackie, because your husband's
right,
like, oh.
right.
Like, Jackie,
Yeah.
you are,
Thank
listen,
you.
Listen, we're having fun, but you are a true basketball wife.
Yeah.
You get to sit courtside alongside Savannah James, Aisha Curry. Like,
Yeah.
Jackie, pop your shit like that. You ain't gotta pay for no ticket.
No.
You're respected in the industry. You're respected with the league.
Yeah.
Your husband marries you every year to display his love for you.
Thank you.
That man has never once publicly embarrassed you.
No.
You never had to deal with an outside baby.
Or privately, because if he privately embarrassed me, it's going to go public. I promise you, I will be in Purdy.
But no, but I think it's beautiful that, listen, people can say what they want about you. I think it's beautiful that you have the lifestyle
Thank you.
that a lot of women want. And do you sometimes feel like I'm getting attacked because I have the life and the long marriage that a lot of y'all women want?
Yeah.
Do you feel like that sometimes?
I've started to in the last few years, and because I'll be honest, for a long time I was like, they had me second guessing myself. So I stopped pitching shows. I stopped doing all that because I was like, well, and then my mom passed away and that was my best friend. I could talk to her about anything. And I was like, I don't understand. I'm trying so hard to help these women and all they do is keep attacking. Then I start realizing, you know what? I think it's jealousy. And now I say it. And I'm not saying it to be mean or cruel. That's all it could be. Because I don't do anything to you. I'm willing to, I give them opportunities. If something comes along and they say, we want you to do this, it's $30,000 for an example. Do you have a castmate that you want to pick with you and they can make it as well? Here, Jan, here, whoever, and give them opportunities that I could easily say, well, get somebody off one of the other shows. And I don't get why you keep finding all these faults. There's nothing wrong with my situation, my marriage. Stop it. But they want to say this kind of stuff. And I don't know if it's because they don't have it, but I'll try to help you. So I did get my life coaching certification. I can say that, and I'm happy. So hopefully I can help them. I'm going to start coaching them. I'll give them free sessions, whatever they need, because this is crazy. And I'm ascending to different things. I'm doing my talk show. I've got my podcast about to be relaunched. I can't keep playing small so that their feelings aren't hurt. These heifers ain't trying to hear it. They're like that.
Do you sometimes wish the Miami girls never came on LA?
I don't wish they never came on. They like to say that I do because I have this issue about not being on the billboards and all this silly stuff. And it's like, excuse me, but listen, one thing about the internet and life and billboards and anything else that's ever been put out publicly, it always lives in perpetuity. So it lives forever. I've been on 5 of them. Front row and center, if I cared, but they don't pay you to be on a billboard. On top of who, I could go and get a billboard tomorrow. Do you understand who I am? And just put my books up there. I got 6 of them. I could put whatever I want. I could go up there. The nonsense is they are in competition with me. I'm not in competition with them. So that's where I run into. I really wish that the show could have stayed on the vein it was going. We were getting it where I think it would have been even bigger than it is now. Not that it's not big now, but it would have been through the stratosphere because there was a lot of plans. There was a lot of things that, and a lot of people I could get involved on the show that it might be a little more difficult because of the direction sometimes that a show goes. So we just have to wait and see.
Do you miss Tammy Roman being on the show?
Ooh, I miss Tammy. That is my girl. But I mean, we used to have amazing conversations. She's funny, our fodder back and forth. You know, Tammy's one of those type of people that I figure I really feel gets reality TV, and she's gonna be Tammy. What you see is what you get with Tammy. There's no faking, if you notice. And when she felt like I think it was going dark for her, particularly, she was like, I'm done. I never forget when she got up at that reunion, took her mic off and walked off. And I honestly thought, okay, she'll come back, you know, she'll, you know, but then I realized, no, it's over. And then me and her saw each other at our last green screens together. And we had a conversation in the driveway of the place that we shoot them at. And I gave her that hug, and she was saying her goodbye then that, you know, she was leaving the show. And I just remember my heart sunk. And I was like, she was like, if you stay, you know, you already kind of see. And I'm like, and I still in my head was trying to tell myself, I can fix it. I can make sure that these women love on each other. It's going to still be ups and downs. I understand. I get it. But this nonsense ain't going to be here, you know. And, you know, it was hurtful. That night I couldn't sleep. I was like, darn, Tam. But you can't, when somebody is ready to go, you got to let them go. And she's doing amazing. Like,
oh, Tammy's killing
Tammy's
it.
murdering things. And that's one thing about her. She ain't going to dim her light for nobody. Nobody. So.
Is there ever a world where you can see yourself walking away from Basketball Wives?
I want everybody to watch the season. I feel like I told Shawnee a long time ago, and I also told the network, you know, I'm here till the wheels fall off.
Okay, final question for you, because I like to play this game.
Okay.
You are a legend and icon in this reality game.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I know what it is.
No, you don't.
Okay.
So last time we talked, I asked you your dream Basketball Wives cast.
Yes.
And we did that together. That was fun. So you know about Mount Rushmore, right? The 4 people on Mount Rushmore.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to Basketball Wives, who would Jackie Christie put as the Mount Rushmore of Basketball Wives ladies? There's 4 people, and you're also able to include yourself, obviously. So
5.
It's 4, right? No, it's 4.
Oh, it's only 4?
You can include yourself and give me 3 others, but it's your decision. But you are able to include yourself.
Okay.
So the Mount Rushmore, it means like the greatest Basketball Wives stars of all time. Who are those 4 ladies, Jackie Christie?
Oh my God. For me, it would have to be myself, Drea, Tammy, and not in that order, just all of us. And myself, Drea, Tammy. I mean, it's kind of like a toss-up. If I could have 5, it would be Chantel and Evelyn.
Okay. That's not a bad Mount Rushmore.
Even though me and Evelyn go head to head.
But you're fair.
You know what I mean?
You're
when
fair.
we're good, me and that bitch is good. But when we not, we not. And right now, I'm not going to say if we are or not, but look, I have no anger towards anybody. And just to be fair, callers, I think everybody that's ever been on Basketball Wives have brought something different. It has been amazing. It's always hard when you got to narrow it down, but when you really look at the icons in your eyes and who you feel made a great impact in that is unforgettable. And those moments, you know, me and Drea with the little demon and all that we would go through, that love-hate thing. even me and Shani, I've always told people Shani is she doesn't even know how talented she is, but on top of that, she's so real when it comes to reality TV. It's raw. And it ain't just because she's my daughter, it's Shani. And she's just got the package. People will see. Mm-hmm. And then you got, Tammy, of course, that's hands down. I mean, this is the real world. This is somebody that's been around for I don't know how long. And then, you even with the Evelyn situation, I mean, she's had moments, but then there's so many other ladies that have brought things. Malaysia's great. I always say Malaysia's fantastic, and I'm not leaving her out, but I'm saying if you're looking at the raw, the boldness, the this, that, Malaysia's more my soft teddy bear, but she'll get in your ass if you come at her wrong. Don't get it wrong.
We saw the roller rink.
There it is. Oh, Malaysia's not that one, but I'm looking at that, the loud.
No, I know what you mean. It's like the most impactful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have to say that. Yeah.
So Jackie Christie, let the raindrops know what they can expect from this season of Basketball Wives, season 12.
Ooh, they can expect passion, turbulence, to be blown away by things they didn't see coming. They could see relationships come together, relationships on shaky ground. I won't say if they end or not. I want them to watch. And they're just going to be... I think they're going to be pretty surprised. Yeah. From the trailer, it looks like I'm going to tune in.
I'm tuning in.
I'm going to tune in. I'll be honest. I was kind of like, I don't know, but I'm going to tune in. I want to see what's going on. And I didn't know that Ty and Ming had that little scuffle about the phone. I'm like, oh, that's interesting, because I never knew.
Explain what can we, so I know Ming Lee. I've known Ming Lee for, oh my gosh, maybe 15 years.
Ming is a feisty little something. She gets in my face. No, I didn't say that. No, she didn't. You got to watch this season.
Ming Lee gets in your face?
I ain't going to say if she do, but people need to tune in.
How is Ming Lee and Ty as an addition to the cast?
Ming and Ty they're funny, and I think they're good. I really think that they're good. They was an interesting, different twist. Ty, people got to tune in. Me and Ty actually connect. And I didn't know if we would, you know what I mean? Because I could tell that people was hoping we didn't, and we didn't meet right away. And when we did, instant connection. So everybody got to watch and see if we make it all the way through the season, though. And I can say that because they saw us post on Instagram and that. But Ty is something else.
Really?
Oh, Ty is something else. This season's going to be, it's going to be one for the books. It's going to be one for the books. You hear Brittany on the trailer saying, I come in peace. I come in love. Till I'm not. And it's like, you got to hold hijab on, Brittany. Stop. What do you mean? You got to come in love and peace all the time.
Do you come in love and peace all the time, Jackie Christie?
You know what? I do. Honestly, I do, Carlos. I love you. Because you get down to the nitty gritty. I do. I come in love and peace. I come. Keyword, I come. I approach in love and peace.
Right. Your intention is to start off that way, but yeah.
And Brittany, I'm always that person. I cry harder than other people do when things happen with us, like things I do. Because why? Let's just have fun and enjoy and be blessed that we're even in a position to make a difference in people's lives. Let's do that.
Well, I can't wait. And listen, I want to offer this to you.
Okay.
It's funny because no one knows this but you and I.
Mm-hmm.
I approached you last year. I'm like, I want me and you to recap Basketball Wives every week.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Remember?
You want to do it?
Would you recap Basketball Wives with me every week when the season starts, Jackie Christie?
You know what?
It could be via Zoom. Right after the episode, me and you go on YouTube.
Okay.
We'll recap the show together, get people talking.
Okay.
It helped other shows' ratings increase. I'm just saying.
I mean, I'll do it because it's you, Carlos, but I'll be honest.
Go ahead.
I don't know what to expect, and I know certain shows I might be in my feelings. So if you cool with me being raw, let's do it then. Let's go. Deal. We're going to do it. So that means the week of, we start then. You tell me what to do. Let's go.
Okay.
I'm excited.
I am too. Okay, thank you. Ladies, gentlemen, gays and babes, the one, the only, the legendary Jackie Courtside Christie.